and son and your girlfriend, your girlfriend, you two have to go to school. In this universe, you're in the kid's body, so you have to go to school. You're 16, and your name is Zelos, and yeah, you have to go to school. School starts tomorrow. Fine, Dad. Even though it's your job to take over the world, well, destroy the world, you still have to go to school. It's just a human law. Fine. Fine. Cool. So Arcadia, huh? Let me have a look on the phone. Okay, so the house is saying it's this way. It's saying it's in here. So this is Arcadia, huh? What a piece of shit, Arcadia. Everywhere. So it's one of these ghetto looking houses. Great. No, it's not that one, but it says it's this way. Then turn. Here we are. Great. Look at this ghetto piece of shit. Where's my dad, you know? What, fucking bought by us a mansion. Hey, what's your point? Because I'm only gonna destroy the world. So, yeah, basically, you know? Like, I'm 16 and my name is Zelos. Cool. And Sean. Yeah, what's up, Dad? Where you are? What's no view? Up top. Yeah, what's up? You start school tomorrow. So have a good night rest. See you, son. I'll be watching over you. Okay, see you, Dad. Cool, around room. Big speakers. It's pretty sad I can't music tonight. That's cool. Yeah, me too. But church. That's cool. Good night.
Good night. She was wake up, babe. Come on, start school.
Fine. I'm not used to waking up this early. Pathetic school. School is for humans. Not like me.
I know, but you know, it's just human rules.
Every kid has to go to school.
Let's head to school.
Whatever. Here we are, kids, off the bus. Come, babe.
Okay.
So what are we gonna do?
I don't know, maybe I'm gonna cry so you can do what you want.
Okay, cool. So this is Arcadia High School, huh? Here we are. This was an animated story on YouTube.
I think you might be onto something. My dad was the only one with a code to the safe. My mom doesn't check on the accounting every couple of years. I think she was talking about doing another one? I frowned. I had a rocky relationship with my dad for years, but would he do this to me? I need to get proof. I need to do something. Orla looked sympathetic. I could talk to your lawyer. No, I shook my head. They won't care. They just want me to take a deal. It has to be me. I thought about it most of the night, laid on the uncomfortable cot bed. Finally, I came up with an idea. I waited for breakfast the next day, and as I collected food, I dropped to the floor screaming and clutching at my belly. It hurts, I shouted, biting my lip and rolling around until a guard rushed over to check on me. Every time they touched near my stomach, I screamed like the world was ending until they finally called for a stretcher. I was rushed to the local hospital. The jail medic was convinced I was suffering from a ruptured appendix. It didn't take long for me to find a moment when I was alone to make a fast call to Orla and slip out of the fire door. She picked me up in her mom's car, some clothes bundled in the back seat. You're the best, I told her as I jumped in. Is this okay? I don't want to get into trouble, she said, worried. I just need to get a hold of some things and then I'll go back. I won't tell them anything about you, I reassured her. So, where to first, she asked. My parents' house. I need my dad's records. I bet he hasn't tried to hide anything. He already set me up to take the fall, so why would he need to, I said. And I was right. Using the spare key, I got into my parents' house and my dad's personal study. I'm sure he'd forgotten how I helped him set up his computer, and I still had all the passwords. Plus, the idiot had stored all his banking passwords in a notebook on his desk. They included one account that showed cash deposits made around the dates when I'd been accused of theft. It was in my dad's name and a woman called Linda Patel. I thought I recognized her name, and I Googled her, finding a Facebook account with pictures of a woman I knew was one of my mom's friends. Disgusting. I took screenshots and detailed everything, dropped it all into an email, and watched it send to the DA prosecuting me. To be double certain, I sent copies to my mom, to the local news, and I printed a few key documents too. Here, keep these safe, I passed them to Orla, climbing back into her car. She flipped through the papers and frowned. Wow, what a piece of work your dad is, she said. Yep, now get me back to the hospital. I'm going to have to come up with some kind of story. My heart was pounding in my chest as I changed back into jail clothing. Once Orla dropped me back at the hospital, I messed up my hair and tried to look panicked and maybe delirious. I grabbed a nurse and I started crying to her that I didn't know where I was or what was happening. It was obvious my disappearing act had been noticed. Once the alert went around the hospital, half a dozen police officers rushed into the room I was in, and I acted the part of being out of my mind with an Oscar-worthy performance. After hours of tests and poking, a doctor declared I'd probably had some sort of gastric bug. They gave the guards a pack of medicine and sent me on my way. That night, I lay on the cot and I slept like a baby. I'd done it. I'd proven my innocence. Now all I had to do was wait. It didn't take long. My mother visited me in jail the next day, public defender in tow. She was sobbing as she laid printed emails in front of me. I couldn't admit what I'd done, so I faked surprise as my lawyer told me they'd already been in contact with the DA and I'd be free within a few hours. I didn't get to see my dad get arrested. He was at the restaurant and dragged out shouting and cursing in front of a huge crowd of customers. I did, however, get to see him cry at his sentencing hearing a few months later. He tried to insist throughout the case that I was to blame, and when the financial records came out, he turned on his mistress. No one believed him, just like no one had believed me. "Jesse!" he called over to me where I sat with my mom a few rows back in the courtroom. The guards were cuffing him and leading him away. It wouldn't be local jail for him, no, but he'd be enjoying the luxury of a state penitentiary. "Jesse, I was wrong. You should help me." I smiled at him, and I walked away. I had a life to lead, one that wouldn't ever have him in it again.
What video should Fuck off, Edge. I said fuck off, Edge.
Starting from the bottom.
New Cocoa Pops White Chalk Flake.
Whoa, fucking new kid. What color it is? A fucking new kid. Oh, trust me, dude. You don't wanna fuck with me. You know why? I know all your secrets. You're afraid of heights. How the fuck did you know that? Easy, my dude. And you're keeping a secret from your girlfriend from sleeping with another girl. How the fuck? Like I said, I know all of your secrets. It's your choice. You either leave me alone or I'll tell everyone about your secrets. Okay, I'll go. Good. Go on, get the fuck out of it. Petty bitch. Petty humans. With that technology, with that fears.
Trina?
Lena.
Starting from the bottom.
Next.
Study marketing,
Lenovo.
When I was 14 years old. I had the best teacher ever, who was also really kind. She let us do whatever we wanted and didn't care about us at all. I know that it wasn't appropriate for her students. However, because we were young kids, everyone liked her except for one person. He was what we called a nerd. He was smart, but he was a big snitch and really annoying. He always said we all needed to study and not goof around, but everyone ignored him. We heard that our teacher had been fired. There were rumors going around about her. One was that she was fired because the nerd had snitched on her and told his parents. They all complained to the principal. Soon the nerd was bullied a lot because of it, and he finally ended up leaving the school and moving to another one. When he packed his stuff and left the classroom on his last day, I saw him crying and staring at us with a bruised eye. It gave me goosebumps. About 2 years later, on a rainy day, We had to stay inside the classroom. We were just talking, playing, and doing other stuff as usual. When the class was about to start, our teacher told us all to use the bathroom beforehand. So while some of us were walking to the bathroom, we saw that the teacher who had been fired walked into the school. She was calm. As we walked past her, she suddenly looked at us, stopped us, and said, "Wait, I know you. You guys were in my class, right?" She was smiling at us, but somehow she looked very tired, and I felt a bit weird. We replied, "Yes, ma'am." At that and I could see that they were holding knives with some blood on it. We then started screaming, but all the classrooms were far away from the bathroom, so nobody could hear our desperate screams. Then we turned around.
Guess let's go across, I guess. My first cross is this way. Okay, so my first cross is down here. It's saying. Then this way. Here we are.
Good morning, students. Today we have a new student. Come up here. Zelos.
Hi, my name is zelos, and I'm new to Arcadia. So yeah, you know, I was from Hollywood and then I moved to Arcadia because yeah, you know, why not? That's where the Netflix show, the Guardians of Arcadia, based on here, basically. Unfortunately, that show is not real, I don't think. I guess we'll find out, won't we?
Go sit down, that's all. Class dismissed. Zelos.
Yeah, what's up?
You need to do better in class.
You think you want me to do better? And guess what? I know your secrets.
Tell me then.
I know you are hiding a dark secret from the principal.
What is it?
Your dark secret is you're originally you got sent here by Russians and you spy on here.
How the fuck?
Now listen to me good. I can do whatever I want. I know everyone's secret. So if you don't want me to tell anyone, if I was you, I would just let me do whatever I want, whenever I want.
Okay, fine. Share.
Share. Patty, Patty. Now, what crush do I have? Okay, Jim. Today we're playing dodgeball. So get in there. Zelos, you're with Adam and Jade and Christy and Mitchell. Go! The other team, you're with other guys. Class dismissed. Guys fucking shut off good. I don't get human, you know. Shoot you. Shoot. Fuck, I can't even say the fucking word. I can't fucking say the word for some fucking reason. Human activities. I sort of like it, but I don't get human activities whatsoever. I don't get it. I don't get why, you know. Do I very high? It's a pretty big library. There's books up there. There's books up there. I can see them. Now. How do I know stuff only? There must be some stairs around here. Here we are. Now the library is that way. Here we are. Down. Oh, I want to see that. I want to see John Cena versus Rey Mysterio. I want to see that. Oops, shit. Did I just knock it? Give me a second, I'll be right back. Here's the library. The other part of the library. Upstairs, but anyway. Genitalia. Is that blood or oil? Let me try to pickle it. There we are. That's oil, okay. What is this? Fucking pea stain? Oil? Pea? Yuck. Fuck. Is that my girl with another fucking man? I'm gonna take a picture of this, then I'm gonna send it to her, then walk the fuck out.
Slice plate.
What the fuck do you want?
I'm sorry.
No buts or ifs or anything. I don't care who you are, what your big deal is. I know who you are, but you know what I mean. I don't care. We are over. Dad, can you take her parents away and make her human again? Got it, son. Bye bye. We've been going out since middle school? No, not middle school, but you know what I mean. We've been dating ages. But now you have to return to the future. So bye bye, bitch. Naturally, Dad, your son, erase her from resistance, but make her didn't resist whatsoever.
Please no.
Sorry, but it's all too late. Got it, son. Bye, bitch. Pretty pathetic, that bitch thinks she can cheat on me. Well, guess what? I made her, gone, poof, out of the, resistance.
And told the teacher and the gang to please go away and spare us. Our teacher glared at us for a while and slowly started smiling. Don't worry, you are next. As soon as she told us this, someone abruptly pulled out a knife and they all started grabbing us. The next thing I knew, we were dragged onto some kind of big van. My friends and I were crying and terrified. I knew something bad was going to happen. However, at that moment, when they pulled us into a van, we suddenly heard a loud siren. Fortunately, one of the teachers saw when they entered the school and stabbed some of the students. He immediately called the police. After they were arrested, all the students had to go home early and the school closed for a week. It turned out that the gang was hired by former surgeons who were fired for removing people's organs and killing them. Furthermore, our psychopath teacher had been working with them, and she was a murderer who would have murdered parents and raped their kids. A few months after, the whole gang was sentenced to 10 years in prison. She finally received a death sentence. However, that was not all. To our surprise, the police also found out that the nerd had been helping the teacher with murder for a long time. I don't know why he did that, but anyway, he will be charged with helping her with murder when he turns 18.
Fake.
Later called the officer back and pressed charges against the patient. As of about 2 years ago, nothing has come of the charges because the patient wasn't in his right mind. Again. So back around 2013, my father had some property in upstate New York by Scroom Lake. It was a heavily forested area, and a part of the Scroom River ran between it. My dad had discovered a rocky beach by the river, and he decided one night to set up camp there. From what he's told me, it was a quiet night, where all you could hear were the crickets and the frogs in the nearby swamp. He was reading a book when he heard an unfamiliar noise. It was footsteps in the leaves. Naturally,
Is that new kid? He's coming over here. I can hear you. Did you know that? Yeah, so. Let's just say I wouldn't catch me. Remember, I know all your secrets. Remember I told you? So, I wouldn't catch me if I was you. I'd tell everyone about your secrets. Then you'd be the laughing stock of the school. You're a psycho. Oh, trust me. And more and that. Goodbye for now. Hey kid, what do you want? Look behind you. It's like 1 PM now. He knocked me the fuck out. It's like his friend knocked me out or his fucking him knocked me out and he said, "Wait kid, look behind you." And I'm like texting. This is your biggest mistake ever, buddy. Everyone will know about your secret. Send. He said, "How the fuck did you get my number?" Like I said, I am more than a psychopath. You're fucked. Send. Tell everyone on Facebook about this boy. He's afraid of heights and he's keeping a secret from his girlfriend. Send. Payback is a bitch. Now he'll be the laughing stock of school. Payback is a bitch. Oh, hi boy. How fucking dare you? You're dead meat, kid. You hear me? You're fucking dead meat. I wouldn't if I was you. I have your IP right here. So, unless you want me to do something to your parents, your sister, your brother, your dog, I wouldn't dare to start anything. Okay, I'll just skip, I'll just ask my parents to skip town or something, please. Good idea. Ask your mom to skip town. But go on. Okay, sure. The boys out of the picture. The boys out of
The corpse and suppressed
Hey.
decomposition.
Hey, that new kid, what?
This had to have
Yeah,
been
yeah,
why it
mine.
wasn't stinking up the entire mall and managed to remain hidden for so long.
Those rumors go
Naturally, the mall was alive with
Going
talk of who
around
the body could possibly belong to.
saying, you know, everyone's
Numbers of
secrets.
people had just stopped coming to work one day or skipped out
Yeah,
during their
right.
lunch.
That's true,
We'd
why?
gone through at least 15
That's
people
hot.
in the last year ourselves.
Cool.
When the answer came,
You
no
smoke
one could
weed?
have guessed who
Yeah,
it
I do.
was.
What's your
Early
name?
one morning, I was awakened by my manager with the news
G-
that Becky
Gmos.
Morrison was the person they found in the empty store.
Zeros.
My only answer was,
Nice to meet you, Zeros.
he
Nice to
reminded
meet
me
you.
that she was the
What-
girl
what-
with the
what's your
crazy,
name?
jealous boyfriend that had disappeared just before Christmas.
Talia.
I hung up and went
Nice
back
to
to
meet you,
sleep.
Talia.
Nice to meet you,
When I
too.
returned from my shift that night, it was the only thing anyone could talk about. The next question asked was, who did it?
There's one,
The overall favorite was the crazy boyfriend.
5, and a
Everyone knew
smoke.
by
Thanks.
now that he
You're
had
welcome.
disappeared just after her, and considering his body wasn't found alongside hers, it was a fair assumption. He was most definitely nuts. It made sense. The story took a whole new angle just a couple of weeks after she was identified. An article was published in the paper discussing a possible new motive behind this. The police had recently received information that Becky had been messing around with a fellow mall employee during her breaks. They were meeting in the unoccupied store her body had been discovered in and fooling around. After following some leads, they were able to identify the employee. He was a 22-year-old guy working in the Hallmark store, but no name was given. He told the officers that he and Becky were supposed to hook up the day she disappeared, but he got home.
I guess it's time to go home. See, Talia.
Yeah. Zeros. Zeros.
See ya. Actually, just call me Dion. So it'll be easier because, you know, zeros, you know what I mean? Yeah, oh god. Yeah, so, see ya.
Sit down.
See ya, Talia. I cannot believe it, my first day at high school as a teenager. Great. Here we are. Can't believe I'm home. I was by myself now. My girlfriend cheated on me, so I made my dad disappear. Her like, you know, poof, gone. That's a get for fucking, you know, like, you know what I mean? Where's a fucking apartment or whatever, or fucking house, whatever this is, cunt. There it is, finally, cunt.
Who told her about the back hallways after all? We slipped out there a few times to mess around. Fortunately, we never got busted. When she moved on to the next guy, I wasn't hurt. I knew she had a boyfriend anyway. Now you know why I had to act as if though I didn't care about her. We figured it was the safest thing for the both of us. Turns out we were right. I was overjoyed no one knew about us. If the dude was crazy enough to strangle her for cheating, which seemed to be the reason, he would no doubt come after the dude she was with. I felt sorry for the Hallmark guy. It wouldn't take much mental math to figure out who he was if he didn't already know. And since they still haven't found him to this day, the fear of her boyfriend popping up out of nowhere and putting some holes in him must have been real strong. I know I was